Are you ready for the petty? Get in, losers.
This is Petty and Unbothered, where we love growth, but we also love a minor grudge.
Where we're celebrating your petty parts and breaking down petty pop culture.
I'm Robin, a multi-hyphenate creative.
And I'm Lora, aka TIta Lors, a licensed marriage and family therapist. Come sit with us.
Welcome back to Petty and Unbothered. Last time we unpacked part 1 of Lily Allen's West End Girl album. And this time is part 2, and I feel like we're diving deeper. So we're going to track more of the chaos, the pettiness. And she seriously didn't hold back. And it's as messy as it sounds. The more and more I listen to the album on repeat, the more things I pick up along the way.
Man. Are we actually going to dive into the songs themselves?
I do have a few notes on different songs. I'm not going to go crazy, but yeah.
Okay. I'm here for it. Can't wait.
Yeah. But I just think it's funny because when I explain the album to folks, well, I mean, it was actually kind of one of my first takes too, is like, how crazy is it to come out with an album airing like dirty laundry?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and well, what's even crazier about it to me is you can hear the tension in the orchestrations, but also in the lyrics, of course. And there's just a real tone to it. And also, like, this is happening in real time. There's still things unfolding.
Even now?
Like.
Haven't they been divorced for some time?
Yeah. But I mean, there's still like little things that keep popping up here and there.
Okay.
Like, basically, I know, for example, a lot of people, like, especially fans of hers, were criticizing the ex David Harbour and trying to do like a boycott of the last season of Stranger Things.
Oh.
And I guess like there's some notes that she received from him that where he kind of like investigated her past, and there's been some statements about like infidelity in some of like her other albums too.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of some weird stuff that she's done as well. Kind of like he's kind of throwing a little bit back.
I see. Okay.
And coincidentally, yesterday on Dumas, there was a person like an anon tip that said Lily Allen and David Harbour are both in London, and she's there to do her show, and then he was seen with a new gal at dinner in London, like almost like on this, I don't know if it was the same night or around the night of the concert. And so people were like, that's so weird, like,
yeah, why would you do it specifically on that day?
Yeah, so I mean, whatever. And I guess this gal isn't the costume designer that inspired the album, was the main affair that he had. But I saw a picture in Dumas.
So it's not Madeline?
No, it's not Madeline. I mean, that's not even her name, really, though. That's like a character name she gave.
Yeah.
But the woman that was a costume designer, I still think it's funny that she came out and she was like, "It was me. Like, I'm the one that was being sung about." I'm like, okay.
I wouldn't be proud of that. Yeah, I don't think I'd
like
want
15 minutes of fame, like, cool.
That's not the fame I want.
I know. And there's actually one of the interludes. There's a phone call with Madeline talking to Lily, and she's like, that's not what he told me, and if I hadn't known, I wouldn't have been doing this. And if a girl, like, if you need help or just want to talk or something, you can always call me or something. That's like weird.
Oh my God, yeah.
And this is all like, part for the album. I don't know if that phone call actually existed, but it's kind of funny to imagine. And she didn't, I think what's interesting is she didn't totally put the blame on
Madeline. Well, because it's not all her fault. It takes
No,
two
I
people to
mean,
cheat, yeah, so
takes
okay.
two to tango, as they
Yeah,
say.
exactly.
But yeah, I just feel like the whole album is like she agreed to an open marriage, maybe reticently. He
Mhm.
broke the rules, and it's been like fully documented throughout the song cycle.
Wow.
Um, One of the things she brings up is the brownstone that they couldn't afford.
Mhm.
Um, and he had the apartment was actually full of like love letters from his lovers that she found. I think it's really brutal because it's so specific. And so it really
Mhm.
makes you think like, wow, this must be totally real. And I guess he played tennis with a bunch of women. It's a lot. But the brownstone issue is where they moved to New York. Um, she had her up to her whole family moved to this expensive place, which is on the Architectural Digest. I just rewatched it again to see if I could get any clues.
Mhm.
I didn't really notice much. I did notice he talked over her a couple times
Oh.
and kind of like was distracted while she was talking. She did talk
Mhm.
over him a couple times too, but I think he was just really excited about this house and how much money he poured into it. Like
Mhm.
every room is meticulously designed and pretty amazing house, to be honest. But then she had the role and she had to move back to London,
Mhm.
and that's kind of how this took place.
Yeah, wait, now I wanna see this house.
It's pretty
Um,
intense.
see.
I mean, must cost a fortune.
Brownstone. Images. Oh, dang.
You definitely gotta watch the video because he had an apartment before this apartment tour
Mhm.
that I watched a long time ago.
This is so pretty.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, a very, like I feel like something that they would feature on Sex and the City.
Okay.
No?
I mean, yeah, possibly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
You gotta watch
unassuming.
you
Mhm.
gotta watch the whole tour because I think it's
Okay. I'll watch that later.
all the little details is cool.
Mhm.
Um, and
Yeah.
the other thing that I was thinking is like how open she's been about talking about her personal struggles throughout her albums, but also she had a radio show on BBC with her friend. Um,
Mhm.
it was called Miss Me. And then she just left the podcast like just a few months ago, not that long ago. And
Oh.
it kind of made me think how did she come into my view? And I thought and thought, and I was like, oh yeah, I discovered her on MySpace. Like
What?
back in the
She's
day.
been around since MySpace?
Yeah. That's how I found out about her. And I was like,
No
"Oh, yeah."
way.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, she's one of those MySpace people that I listened to," and then looked her up and
Mhm.
yeah. So, I was like, "Dang, that is crazy that she's been around that
Mhm.
long."
That's a long time. I never realized that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy because the other thing is she has 5 studio albums too. So, I mean, she's been going.
I my mind is blown. I'm like, "What?" I thought she was a recent person,
Oh, no.
a recent artist.
No.
Oh, wow.
And what's crazy about this album too is that I found out that it was recorded in 16 days, which is really crazy, really quick. But
Yeah.
I couldn't help but wonder if some of it came out of like the adrenaline of like the hurt and the
Yeah.
frustration and all that. Cause I feel like that can affect like the pace of your songwriting or just writing in general to fuel like some creativity
Mhm.
sparks. So,
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense to me. Like, there's a few things, like, whenever I watch something and it makes me think of, like, a therapy theme or even, um like, "Oh, this is really a good idea for this other thing," I have to, like, write it down immediately, and get it all out. Like, I obsessed oh, I heard this song in Tagalog, and I got obsessed with translating it and, like, sending it to people and calling everybody and be like, "Tell me if this translation is accurate. I wanna make sure that I'm understanding it," and, like, spent a whole day just we my cousin and I ended up translating most of the song
oh
in a
wow.
few hours because we kind of got a little bit obsessed and fell in love with this song. So, yeah, like, I can imagine if that's it happening to you creatively, like,
Hmm.
even have this whole spiel about, like, that I imagine myself posting at some point on what media, I don't know, I'm trying to still figure that out, but, like, of why it's so meaningful to me and what I connected with and fever not fever dreamed, but just, like was it, like I don't know what the word is, the terminology, but just really dove into that, so that makes a lot of sense that someone could write a whole album like that.
Yeah, yeah, I thought that was really fascinating. It doesn't always happen that way. So,
Yeah, it doesn't.
and another
Mhm.
thing that kind of came to mind regarding this album is like I feel like yes, it's kind of a petty album, but petty doesn't always have to mean like mean.
Yes.
I feel like in this case, it's like more like an honest, kind of clever boundary setting way to be petty.
Mhm. Wait, yeah. I think it's important to highlight that too. Petty isn't mean.
Yeah.
There's definitely levels to it, and the definition of it is just actually something small and trite and, like, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be, something big. Um,
Yeah.
and on the album too, she, like, talks about, leaving texts on red on purpose. Just kinda like these little petty jabs that,
Digs, yeah.
yeah, that she happened to, fall into on the on her journey, if you will.
Mhm,
So, I just, yeah, I just wanted to point that out, regarding petty because I definitely think this album is that, but
mhm.
Um, and also, like, after this album came out and it started gaining traction, she started I guess that with all artists lately is, like, they come out with special editions of things or, like,
Mhm.
now vinyl is so fun, they'll put, different, like, limited edition colors and things, so
Ooh, uh-huh.
after her most recent well, actually, first off, her album cover is kind of a painting of her, and in March, she gave it to the National Portrait Gallery in London, which is a great place to visit if you haven't. It's really neat, and it's gonna be displayed in there for a
Yeah.
year. Her album
Oh,
cover.
wow.
It's because it's a really nice drawing of her.
Like an art, yeah.
Mhm. So I thought that was pretty cool, and the second kind of drop of her album came out like, a much later than when it originally came out. Well, I think it was, like, October, and the newest iteration was in January this year. So, the vinyl was, polka dot vinyl, and that included a limited edition USB flash drive shaped like a butt plug. Um, I was just like, "Whoa, that's insane."
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Uh,
That kind of reminds me of have you seen those commercials? I don't even know if it's real or AI or a joke, but it's like, allegedly Apple coming out with, like, this thing that you can it's I forgot what the use of it was for, but it was for your computer that you plugged it in, and it was shaped like a butt plug, and, like,
Huh.
had, like, all these different uses and blah, 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 and they had a lot of puns related to it being a butt plug, but not
Oh, yeah.
exactly. I wish I remembered, but
I'll have to look
yeah,
that up
that was
later.
funny. Yeah.
That sounds pretty funny. Yeah, I wonder if that's even real.
Yeah, I'm like, "This has to be AI, right?" Like, they would
I
never. Why would they do this? Someone on the
I'm not
creative
sure.
team has to know it looks like a butt plug.
Ay, ay, ay. That was funny. But, yeah, it's just it's funny. Now she's, like, had decades in the spotlight, basically. She's in her 40s, and then she has this
Mm.
album with a butt plug, I
Wait,
think.
she's in her 40s?
Yes.
Do I not know who Lily Helen is?
Oh
I
my
always
gosh.
thought she was like, because there was controversy about the age gap, right? That doesn't seem like that big of an age gap anymore. How old is he?
I I think he's, like, in his 50s, I would no older than that. Like,
I'm like, do I not know anything? I might
I
not.
don't know.
Okay, I'm looking at the age gap. It's a 10-year age gap. Okay.
Oh.
That's not horrible.
It's not like a May, December, or whatever.
Yeah,
It's not that crazy.
it's not that crazy, especially
Huh.
since they met later in life.
Yeah, after she had children and
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think that's that weird.
Oh my
But
gosh. I've always thought she was so young. I, like, don't know
Ugh,
anything.
that's too
Good
funny.
on her. She's aging well.
Oh, yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, whatever she is doing, keep it up.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
so
Didn't mean to
no, no.
derail.
No, no, it's all good, it's all good. I'm just, putting it all out there. So, yeah, I think it's great that she's still in her 40s and she's still making stuff that people wanna listen to. I mean, I know that's kind of a crazy thing to say, but I'm just
Mm.
I don't know, in the pop world, you never know. Hit and miss.
Yeah. Yeah. You yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, let me just jump into a few of the tracks while you're thinking
Okay.
about it. Um,
Yep.
so the first track is called West End Girl, which is the title of the album. And I feel like right off the bat, it comes off as kind of defensive and a bit controlling because she is laying out the whole thing before anyone else can. So I don't know. I feel like it could be self awareness or it could be like a
Mhm.
control thing to like set the narrative on her terms, kind of.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
I feel like a lot of public knowledge about their relationship wasn't really out there until this album came out. So I feel like she kind of could have been just kind of, hey, this is my side of the story, even though it's
Yeah.
a little fantastical.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned this before, but there was talks that she was gonna make a musical out of it, and
You did.
now it's actually happening, so I don't
Oh,
know if
no
I mentioned that
way.
part, but, I was
Yeah.
reading something about that it's really, moving towards a stage
Production. Yeah.
production,
Yeah.
so that's kinda
Well, I
cool.
was yeah. Well, I was just gonna say about, like, West End Girl, it's whoever controls the media controls the story, right? Like, if you can
Mhm.
get out there first and you can tell your side of the story first, they're probably more likely to believe you than
Mhm.
whoever comes out afterwards in defense of whatever you said, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, so then moving on to track 2 is called Ruminating, and we all
Mhm.
know we all do a little ruminating here and there.
Mhm.
Um
Just a tad bit.
just a little bit sometimes, unfortunately. Um, but basically, this one is really showing kind of her insecurity and
Mhm.
how it kind of focuses on kind of like the shadows of like who hurt the relationship and
Mm,
thinking about jealousy and comparing herself to the others that he might be interested in. And this one is more focusing on other people, not just
mhm,
him. So it's not really her pointing a finger at him just yet. It's kind of just
mm,
her in this limbo land.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, I feel like she's going through everyone's breakup, right? Every girl's breakup. That's don't we all do that when or haven't we all done that? Where we're in a relationship with someone and especially if they cheated or especially if we think that there might be another person involved, you don't even know for sure. But like
yeah.
this idea of, oh, well, because I don't look like this person that you like on Instagram. I don't look anything like the people you've dated in the past. Like, why are you with me? And really that insecurity about ourselves and the person that we're seeing. And am I really somebody that you want to be with? Or like, well, no wonder this happened because you never actually wanted me specifically.
Ah, that is too real. Seriously, like, oof,
Yeah. She's like
it's,
speaking to all of us. We've all been there.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Whew. Yeah, and then basically the next track is called Tennis, and it talks kind of about him playing tennis in literally, but also kind of figuratively, and it's about kind of passive control and
Mhm,
how these expectations that both of them had were kind of unspoken and not really clear,
mhm,
and how there was a lot of tension building between them, like, their communication didn't sound particularly strong, and
mhm,
I think most people should know, like, especially if you're gonna kind of change the dynamics of your relationship, like an E&M situation,
mhm.
um,
And
or
for those
not.
of you that don't know what E&M is,
Yeah.
it's ethically
Only
non-monogamous.
non-monogamous.
Yeah.
However, I don't get the vibe that it was particularly that for them.
Mhm.
It sounds a little like she was a PUD, which is a person under duress, if you didn't know that.
Yeah, a little less
So,
ethical than or a little less what am I trying to say? A little more unethical than ethical, right? Like,
yeah.
if
Yeah,
she
for sure.
was if this was a hell yes for her, I think this would have been different.
Different? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Another thing that this is like a side moment that came up in my research is that I don't know if it was the relationship with him or a different one, but she had hired some women to have some, experiences with, and she said it wasn't cheating because it was with women.
For herself?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be cheating if he had sex with men?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it seems like a
Yeah.
bit of a head
He
scratcher there. It's like,
Yeah,
what
it's a
logic
double
are you using?
standard. Mhm.
Yeah, so when I came upon that, I was like, "Huh, that it's not in the
Yeah.
story." So I was like, "Huh, that's an interesting side thing I read in
Yeah.
research." But, um and yes, I listen to the Dan Savage podcast probably way too much, and I know a lot of these anagrams and things, so they will be popping up through our podcast, I'm sure. So yeah, I guess it kind of leaves you asking the question, like, why avoid saying what you need? But I think it's
Mm,
just because, like, a no can feel unbearable.
mm,
So, with this tennis thing and them kind of not saying what they actually want.
yeah, yeah. Well, it sometimes I think sorry, I feel like I interrupt you a lot, but
No, no, no.
for a lot of people, more on, like, the therapy side of it, for a lot of people, a no feels like rejection,
Mhm. Yeah.
and especially if you have a lot of issues with rejection, then it's or, people with ADHD who struggle with rejection sensitivity, right? Like, a no is really hard to hear, and so it's really hard to ask for what you want because it feels like rejection,
Oh,
even though it's
yeah.
not, but yeah.
No, that's a perfect yeah, perfect way to put it for sure. Um, yeah, so this album is just such a wild ride because it's, like, stuff in her head and stuff that's going on
Mm,
and a little bit of probably what he's thinking too, who knows?
mm.
But then the next track, track 5 is called Madeline, and the the actually what's I think is really cool is in the song Tennis, towards the end, it has, like, a little interlude with, a voicemail kinda thing, and then she
Mhm.
starts singing about Madeline. It has, like, this really cool transition
Ooh.
that kinda
Uh-huh, like they
melts
used
together,
to
and it
do in the '90s?
yeah, exactly, yeah. But then it goes into song, it almost feels like a musical in that
Uh-huh,
element because you're singing and then it turns into this other mood, and it's
uh-huh.
just really well pieced together.
Ooh.
But the next one, Madeline, is just kind of talking about her self-aware chaos, and she
Mm.
knows she's spiraling, but it doesn't stop.
Mm.
Because now she knows there's this other woman and there could be more and all this, and
Mhm.
I guess it's like, does awareness equal change? And
Mm.
I don't think it always does, because sometimes
Yeah.
it's just a justification.
Yeah. Or even just
So,
again, therapy speak, but,
yeah.
it's a form of therapy that you learn about in school is, like, motivational interviewing and trying to find out what stage of change people are in, and there's, like, in the beginning, hold on. There's pre-contemplation where it's like, you don't really notice that there's a problem, but maybe other people do. And then there's contemplation where you're starting to notice that there's a problem and an issue. There's awareness, but you don't want to do anything about it yet. And
Mm,
and
mhm.
then then you go into action and then you go into hold on, there's 5. Let's see if I know it.
Oh, this your
Pre-contemplation,
quiz time.
contemplation, action. I know, seriously. Something, something, what something, and then relapse is one of them, I think. Um, or that might have been one that was added later if you think about, um, recovery, because this is used a lot, I think, in, recovery related
Oh, I
stuff.
see. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So it's awareness is great, but if you're not ready to do anything about it, then it's not that helpful.
Yeah, no. Yeah, totally, totally. Yeah, unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware? I don't know if that's no, that's
No.
business
Hold
and
on.
marketing.
Yeah. I was like, "Nope."
Never mind, never mind. I'm gonna stop on this Googling right now. That was insane.
Motivational interviewing.
I guess
Okay,
there's
hold
an
on.
awareness in business and marketing.
I guess so. These aren't even it. That's weird that it's not.
Oh, well, I
Oh,
think you
hold on.
hit
Stages
the
of change. Stages of change, motivational interviewing. Yes, pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation is the one that I missed, where you're starting to actually do things to move into the action, and action is where, you do the actual things that require you to move forward. And then maintenance is, we're in this great spot where action or change has happened.
yeah.
And so now we're maintaining it. And then where it goes into recovery is relapse, because it is very likely, especially in the beginning, this isn't like a circle thing, right? You don't go from pre-contemplation immediately in those ways of stages of change. You can go contemplation to preparation and then back to contemplation and then actually start taking to action and then back to contemplation and whatever, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
it's not necessarily cyclical. And so sometimes relapse is part of it in the beginning because you're trying to figure out how to maintain this change. And if you don't have the right support systems around you, a lot of it is a lot of what happens around this is how do we prevent relapse from happening and how do we create support around this person so that they don't relapse or that if they do relapse that they can get back into recovery quickly and feel
Hmm.
supported and not judged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you gotta do, yeah, the maintenance of it all too. It's not just gonna fall into
Mhm.
place and everything is, like, hunky dory.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because I think a lot of the stuff that we don't think about is we have like, I call it a default setting, right? This is what you've known for a lot of your majority of life is this is how I handle life problems. But it's not working for me anymore. So I want to do it differently. And since that's your default setting, when shit gets rough,
Mhm.
and if you don't have the right supports around you, if you're unable to do all of your maintenance things, then you're just going to default back into
Right.
it sometimes.
Yeah.
Not saying that you'll fall all the way back into it, but we have to really catch ourselves and be like, oh, that's not what I want to do anymore. That's not who I want to be anymore. And it's that
Mm.
extra step out of, away from,
Mhm.
either out of or away from that default setting. And sometimes it's hard to catch if you don't have the right supports around you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So a lot of people have a lot of shame around that. And I don't think that they should.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, totally. It's well said, totally, because
Yeah.
a lot of people have that, and then they just stop doing the work
Hmm.
kind of because
Exactly.
it's, like, too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah.
Sorry. I feel like I'm turning this like,
No, I this is, great, actually, because that's kinda how I was seeing this as,
uh huh.
these real,
Yeah.
issues that everybody can relate to in some way. Um, but yeah, so back to the song called Madeline, I feel like it was kind of her version of Jolene, kind of,
Mm. Hmm.
because it's kind of like speaking to Madeline in a way.
Hmm. Yeah. I
I
wish I
think
had
at some
listened
point
to this
she does an American
beforehand.
accent somewhere in there, and yeah, no, well, now when you listen to it, you'll really, like, dig into it more, like, it
Yeah,
might.
I'm gonna hear it from a different perspective now.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have a totally blank slate anymore, but that's
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then this is really funny that you said relapse
Uh-huh.
because that's the next song title.
That's funny.
I wonder if she did that on purpose or that's just coincidental, but that's pretty insane that you said relapse because I was like, "Er?"
Yeah, well, because as you're, like, talking about it, it really sounds like she's going through the stages of change in each one of these, like, songs.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
She's like, "Something doesn't feel right. I'm aware that something is wrong.
Yeah.
What do I wanna do about it?" And, like, she's really going through that. So it's interesting. I wonder if she was, like, creating this album and if she was in, therapy while she did it.
Yeah, well, I would imagine she would wanna go to therapy if
Yeah. Yeah.
like, oof, I hope she's still in therapy
Yeah,
after
if
all
she
that.
needs
That's a
it. Yeah,
lot.
seriously.
Ay, ay,
Mhm.
ay. Well, so the relapse of it all, I know, like, from knowing some of her history that she's like I mentioned, she's always been pretty open about addiction and
Mm,
alcoholism and kind of relying on those as a crutch to cope sometimes.
mm,
And so apparently through this um debacle when it happened is she was sober. I think she might still be. I'm not sure. But
mhm,
in this relapse, one of the lyrics that she repeats is she's like, "I need a drink, I need a Valium."
mm.
And it's like, "Oh, my bad." I think that's in actually, I think that's in ruminating, perhaps, but the relapse kind of references that again. So
Mm,
it's kind of
mhm,
like she's relapsing and she's showing, like, her avoidance and, like, emotionally checking out instead of
mhm.
facing reality.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like she's like, what's easier to escape, feelings or truth?
Ooh, what a good question.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and I just started thinking about,
Mhm.
hmm, it's way easier sometimes to just avoid all of it and just tune out, which is sounded
Yeah.
like was her uh, coping du jour for for that sitch. But
Yeah. I
I don't
mean,
know.
speaking from someone who's just spent the past, like, year or so in avoidance about about an issue of my own, like, that makes a lot of sense to me. You know, I
Mhm.
call it whenever I'm in this place with my friends, I'm like, "Listen, I know the problem exists and I see the problem, but I'm in Africa. I'm in denial." The river Nile.
I was like, "Where are you going?" Ah, that's funny.
So we're not gonna do anything about it right now because I can't think of a solution or what to do or even if I'm ready to move forward. And until I can, then I'm in denial that floating on the river Nile and we're just in avoidance mode
Yeah.
until something changes.
Oof, and God, Lord knows when those rivers shall meet, you know?
Yeah,
So
seriously. We're
that's crazy.
luckily I'm not in denial anymore. I've moved past.
Yay! That's
Yay!
good. But yeah, so I was just thinking like feelings or truth. Well, I think it's kind of both because
Mm,
escaping truth has consequences eventually, which is kind of what we were saying. It's like
yeah.
it's gonna come to a head
Mhm.
or it's just not gonna be addressed and it's gonna have this constant like feeling about escaping something that should be
Mhm.
taken care of, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, it's the
So I'm
same thing
gonna
if you avoid your
yeah.
feelings too.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, so both of them is what I'm saying are
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah.
Now the next title after Relapse is called Pussy Palace, and it's I it's kind of like I feel like this one's a bit petty
Okay.
because it's, like, got these, like, little slights in there about, like, things that he did um, but then it's actually kind of, like, really heavy underneath,
Hmm. Mhm.
and
What
one of the lyrics is she's basically she found out somehow that his dojo was actually a pussy palace. And so the lyric is, "I thought it was your pussy palace," or I thought it, "A pussy palace. I thought it was your dojo, dojo, dojo." That's like the chorus.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so
Like, where
it
he was meeting people at or, like
I think I don't know, see, that's another thing is, like, I don't know if this is made up for the album or if that's
yeah.
true, but it does seem like she found, um, evidence because there was another lyric where she's talking about how she found, like, a Dwayne Reed bag and it had condoms and stuff in it. So, I think it's about her just kind of, like, discovering, like, it's crazier than she thought, the open
Mm.
relationship.
Mhm.
And this song is so funny because it carries this really heavy, like, emotional weight, but the song is very light and fluffy, like, almost comical, so there's this juxtaposition that's so
Mhm.
interesting, and it comes across to me as a bit petty, like, the way that she does it, it's almost like a teasing
Mhm.
way of handling it, but, moving on, the next song is called 4chan Stan.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if you know what 4chan is. I don't wanna
Nope.
talk about it.
Okay,
It's
hold on, I'm looking it up.
I'm not gonna explain it to you is my what I'm gonna say, but, don't go on the website.
Oh, what is it? Don't go on the website? Okay.
It's just gross male behavior, not good stuff.
An influential anonymous English language image website launched in 2003, where users post images and comments on various topics, including anime. Oh, blah,
Mm,
blah, blah, and often okay, it's known for its minimal moderation, allowing and often fostering edgy content, memes, and sometimes toxic behavior. Okay, or internet trolling. Interesting. Uh,
yeah.
okay. I wanna
It's just go ahead.
so it's on Netflix. I know you haven't seen it. I just watched it last night. And David Thoreau, something Thoreau, he's a like famous journalist, video journalist. He
Okay.
like dives into the manosphere and talks to
Oh
a whole
boy.
bunch of like influencers, the big like top influencers in this sector to try to try to understand where they're coming from or why this is so important to them or why they're talking about women the way they're talking about them or even
Oh.
men.
Mhm.
And I was like, what an interesting documentary. I don't know
Hmm.
any of these people that he interviewed, but um it's interesting to get their take. They're wrong, but he was like, I dove into their background and why they feel this way, and it seems that a lot of them have a few things in common. Basically daddy issues.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
I hate
it's
that. Yeah.
it's either daddy issues or mom like, dad abandonment or mommy issues, like, their mom didn't have support, so she was probably losing her mind or whatever, or, like,
Yeah.
growing up in poverty and just all this stuff, and some of it was super comical too because this guy's like, "Oh, my mom would hate it if I said these things. She's not about that stuff, blah, blah, blah." And and then the mom actually appeared on the documentary, and she kept putting him in his place in some areas, and I'm just like, "Okay,
Oh.
you're such a man." Like, right? Like a man's man. No woman's ever gonna put you in your place, and yet here's your mom setting you straight because you're dumb.
Uh,
Like, come
'Cause
on.
you're dumb.
Because she's right. Like, what the hell? But
It's
yeah,
funny.
sorry. Again, tangent.
No, 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 it's all good. But yeah, so if you knew what I mean, probably a lot of people see that title and they're just like, "I don't know what that is," but it's, like,
Uh-huh.
basically incel land to me.
Yeah. Where I
Um,
imagine these
ugh,
manosphere people exist.
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, the same vibes. But,
Okay.
she handles this, um, topic in this song, like, really humorously, and it's a bit kind of sarcastic and unhinged, and she just calls out a lot of his absurd behavior and kinda makes it funny.
Mhm.
Um, and it just
Like
seems like she's just
what?
kind of
Like what? Tell me.
I'm trying to think of, like, a good line, but let me see. Uh, no, it'll come to me. I'm getting all the lyrics
Okay.
mixed up real quick, but, but yeah, she just does it in, like, this kind of cutting way that's,
Mhm.
like I feel like it's a bit maybe trying to protect herself, um, but she does a good job of just kind of making it, again, kind of like a funny, ironic song. Um,
Mm.
I did have a question.
Okay.
Oh, how does humor become a weapon in a relationship?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I think it's a good question, one, because I don't think a lot of people consider that humor can become a weapon, right? Because we're sarcastic and bitey with our partners, and we call it humor, right? But what
Mhm.
we're really trying to do is be hurtful and try to say it and be like, oh, but it was a joke, but I meant it. Um, right? And it can but then people can really gaslight you into thinking you're a problem because
Mhm.
you're the
Mhm.
problem. You're taking that joke too seriously. kind of a thing, you know? And I think back to one of my stories too, where I was like, well, if the shoe fits because of what one of my parents read in my journal, right? Like, it could be problematic if like there wasn't anything wrong and I just kept saying, well, you know, and not hearing the other person out. And especially if they're like, well, that hurt me. And I'm not willing to accept that that person was hurt, or to have a conversation and decide to be different, right? Because once somebody says that's not
Yeah.
funny, I don't think it's funny, it's actually hurting me, then
Yeah.
then it's time to start respecting that, right?
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I say this to my kids too. It's funny to you, but once that funny starts to be hurtful to somebody else, it's not
Mm.
funny anymore.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. And I've experienced that in my life where somebody's like, "I'm just joking. It's
Mm,
funny." And I'm
it's
like, "Well, it's not funny to me." "Oh, you're being too sensitive." Like lighten up kind of thing. And it's
yeah,
just
no,
not
or
cool,
you're
I
being a
think.
dick.
Yeah, well, there's that as well, but
Yeah,
but yeah, I can totally relate to when it's not funny, it's not funny.
yeah, but also
Um,
that made me think about, like, Filipino culture as well, where, like, the titos or the titas, like, the aunts and uncles, sometimes they'll these, like, underhanded things where you walk
mhm,
into like, growing up for me especially, like, people they would say things that were complidos, right? Like, because there's a lot of colorism in the Filipino community, so you'll be, if you're darker skinned,
uh-huh.
that's not great, right? So that they would say things like, "Oh, you're so beautiful for, like, your skin tone," or like, "Oh, you could be such a like, an actor in the Philippines, but, you know, you're dark," or like, like, they would
Oh.
always refer to, "Oh, you're such a black beauty." Yeah, yeah, and I
Oh,
was, like, out in the
wow.
sun a
Holy.
lot, so like and then if I would say anything about how, like, that was hurtful to me, then they would be like, "Oh, but, you know, you're so pretty. You're so I didn't say and I didn't
Mm.
mean that to be hurtful. I was trying to tell you you're so beautiful." And I'm like, "Yeah, but not,
Okay.
like, generally beautiful. You just think, 'Oh, you're a you wow, I'm shocked that you're so beautiful because you have such dark skin.'"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow,
right?
that's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
Under
and
it's like a backhanded compliment or whatever.
exactly. Exactly, yeah, and you're not allowed to feel bad about that or, like, upset. You're not supposed to hear that part, and so,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's why I'm so, like, it's if it's not funny or it doesn't feel good, like, you shouldn't be saying those
Pass.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally agree. Um, but yeah, I just kind of pulled up some of those lyrics real quick just to
okay.
give you some basically well, the chorus I know she says, "What a sad, sad man. It's giving 4chan stan." Basically, like, you're a loser on 4chan. Um, it's just, like, really funny, I think. But,
Uh-huh.
she's like, "You bought her a handbag, it wasn't cheap. I was in London, probably asleep. Did you go to Montauk for the weekend? And was there an encore? Did it pay dividends? Is that why?" And then it's like, she's asking all these questions like, "What? Is she famous? Like,
Mhm.
why won't you tell me?"
Mm.
Um, it's just she she's like, "This is outrageous. You're such a coward. You can't tell the truth. You love all the power, but you're not even cute."
Ooh.
Boom. So that's what I meant by just kinda,
Burn.
like, being a bit, like,
Mhm.
sarcasm, kind of bitey
Yeah.
on that one.
Like, it's
Um,
almost like, "You're lucky you even got me."
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
basically. That's kinda what she's, digging into there. get onto the next is non-monogamami. It's the next one. Um, and it's, like, essentially kind of like what happens when someone is too drained to engage.
Mm,
Like, she's experiencing, like, emotional overwhelm,
mhm,
and her capacity is just maxed out. And so, to me, it kind of took a turn to be like their connection kind of just started disappearing without
mhm,
drama
mm.
in a way. Um, so it's a little bit sad,
Yeah,
but it's
oh.
just part of the journey. Well, the other thing I wanted to mention real quick about the album is that it covers a lot of different genres, and some people might find that a little bit jarring.
Mm,
But to me, the more I listened to it, I was like, "Oh, this is actually kind of fun because it's not, one level." So,
yeah.
there's some that kind of bring about, like, a '90s drum and bass vibe,
Ooh.
and then there's one where she has, kind of a reggae vibe, and which she's had in past albums also,
Mhm,
um, and she gets, one of the top, guys, I believe he's Jamaican, to do vocals on that one with her.
ooh, nice.
So it's got a cool vibe to it, in my opinion.
Mhm,
So Just Enough is the
uh-huh,
next track on the record, and this one is kind of craving for that intensity because things have been kind of calm,
mhm,
and chaos is what feels familiar to Lily and not stability at this
mm,
moment. And so, basically, she's just like, "Why can't calm like, why can calm feel uncomfortable?"
mm. Ugh, I
And
get that question. Sorry, like, again,
yeah,
I
no.
keep interrupting you, but I get that
No.
question all the time, right? Like, I'm in this healing space, I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing, I'm setting boundaries, I'm, like, behaving differently, and this is the person that I want to show up as, this is who I want to be, and things are actually feeling pretty good and calm. Why do I still feel like, and yet again, another reason why people tend to relapse is, like, exactly what you said, this is uncomfortable. This is not what I know, and what I know
Mhm.
is that chaos, and what I know is that default setting. And learning how to regulate your body and your nervous system to this new change, to this healed space, because this isn't what it knows, and it's looking for that familiarity, like you said, and it's looking for, um, like, that, like, what's this normal, or what was normal, and so
Yeah.
this new place isn't, and it's so jarring for people to sit in it because it's like, know. I don't know how to relax. I don't know how to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
still. I don't know how to not fight.
Yeah, well, I feel like that and also just kind of like, in some cases, maybe almost like a "when is the shoe gonna drop" kind of
Yes. Yeah.
thing. Like, is this fine? But it's like when you're operating in that as like your baseline
Mhm.
for so long, it's like, "Oh, well, I guess like adapted to this chaos for now, and then
Mhm.
what's next?" It's very
Yeah.
unsettling.
Yeah, and also when you said that, I thought about, like, especially when it comes to, um, like, trauma or abuse, especially, it's the calm before the storm is always the scariest place to be,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
shit's about to go down, and you have no idea what for or why, and you're preparing yourself to receive it, and you're, like, walking on eggshells, and you're like, "Ugh." So your body is super tense, so it kind of also makes sense that when it's calm, you're also that's what you're thinking too, that, like, "Oh my god, something bad is about to happen," because typically something bad did happen.
Mhm. The cycle of it all.
Yeah. Mhm,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's so super relatable, and that she would kind of write about that is
Yeah.
really interesting, I thought. for sure.
Mhm.
Um, and moving right along, we have Dallas Major is the next title.
Mhm.
um, and this one is kind of like, again, about staying too long, leaving
Mm.
feels impossible, and the hope just kind of traps her.
Mm.
And it's that question is like, why do people stay or feel stuck
Mhm.
when they know it's over is such a it's like, well, like kind of with the last songs, like, well, there's this emotional inertia or like a habit,
Mhm.
you feel attachment, like,
Mhm.
oh, it's yeah,
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to leave sometimes.
yeah, for sure. So I thought that was really nice that she kind of those 2 songs kind of intertwined a bit with that
Mhm.
message.
Mm.
And so then the next one is called Big for Me. Ugh, and then see, it's starting to get a little heavy. It kind of goes up and down, but
Uh-huh.
again, like some of the music is lighter than the topic, so it kind
Mhm.
of evens it out.
Doesn't feel heavy, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and sometimes you're not even listening to the lyrics. You're just like, "Oh, this is a bop," and then if you really listen
Yeah.
to it, you're like, "Holy sh."
Like
So,
like all of us, who grew up in, like, the '90s listening to music that we listened to back then, right now, and being
mhm.
like, "Wait, that's what this is about?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm still finding those.
Yeah, I'm like, "Wait, pause, what?
Yeah,
What was
yeah,
I
yeah.
singing about when I was 10 years old?"
Oh, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, so this is kind of the big for me is, like, idealizing something, but
Hmm.
it's meeting reality. So
Mm,
like, this pedestal crash is inevitable and, like,
mm,
projecting onto somebody what you want, but you're really just setting yourself up for I'm sorry, disappointment.
mhm,
So, it's kind of basically her just kind of, again, talking about things that are in her head and what she wishes would
mm,
happen. And it kinda it's what we were talking about earlier, it's like the comparison to others and,
mhm, mhm,
when you see that person on Instagram and you're like, "Why isn't it me?" kind of thing or what
mm. Yeah. Why didn't
so,
they choose me?
yeah, yeah. So there's that. And then track 13 is called "Let You Win,"
Hmm.
but it's like "Let You W/IN." Um,
Okay.
and
Let
this is
you in?
more
Oh, okay, go ahead.
yeah, "Let You W in." I am not sure what that's referring to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, W/IN, yep. Um, so just double checking. Yeah, this one is like about tentative vulnerability and like testing trust after all the chaos.
Mm, mhm,
And so it's kind of little bit of tension still lives here, but
mhm,
you wonder, is she opening up to like more possibilities and things, or is she still just kind of tolerating what's been happening?
mm,
So it's again kind of in that liminal space where you don't know exactly where your feet are landing, but it
yeah,
sounded like she was like trying to have a new life and change for herself.
mhm,
So then the last song is called Fruity Loop. And it's literally kind of like circling back to the first song and just kind of wrapping up the story in a neat little
mm,
package. And it's
mhm,
talking about being a messy human, being a bit unfiltered, reflecting what is like messy and what's honesty, those kinds of themes that keep
mhm,
coming up in the album.
mhm,
And yeah, I think she really, like I said, she kind of wrapped it up neatly in a nice little bow where
mhm,
it kind of brought it all to a head, and that again would make a nice musical, I'm sure.
Mhm. Yeah. To
um,
close it out and be like, "Well, this was the problem, and here's how I solved it."
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And I feel like the lyrics kind of bring it back to like almost trying I trying to think of the album title, but there's a song on one of her older albums that really aligns with this kind of feeling of
Mm,
dealing with just kind of the messiness and the chaos and what, what life looks like now that I'm being a bit unfiltered.
mhm.
But I guess my take also is that this is probably the most mature album that she's made, and the old Lily would have been proud.
Oh,
Like,
yay.
it's sad, but it's somehow like a lot more powerful
Mhm.
because it seems like she kind of takes the reins in the storytelling of it all. And so,
Aw. Yeah,
yeah.
well, you'd think at 40 she'd be a little bit more
Well,
she'd have learned a little bit, but, sometimes it's hard. It's some lessons are really hard to learn. I going it wait, we're around the same age, right? Like,
yeah.
yeah, because 'cause I'm turning 40 this year, and I'm like, there's gotta lear guess we're learning that lesson again. Doing this again, it's rough. Why? Um, but yeah, and also I was just, thinking kind of as you were saying, younger Lily would be proud. I was thinking about I asked you about if you watched the Hannah Montana special.
Oh,
Um,
not yet. Yeah.
yeah, and in it, she at the very end, she debuts, like, a new song, and it's such a beautiful song from, like I don't I think it's from her younger self to herself now, or maybe,
Mm.
like, a tribute to her younger self as a grown-up person now and, like, reconnecting with that part of you and showing up for that part of you and circling back to that moment, and I it's so that's what this or how you're describing it is making me think of that.
Hmm. Well, yeah, definitely got to check that out. It sounds really nice.
Yeah.
When you're maturing and you can kind of reflect on that and zoom out
Mhm.
for just a minute is
Yeah.
really important.
Yeah.
I just side note, I did just remember what so the last song says it's not me, it's you.
Mhm.
And that was actually the title of her 2009 album. It's
Oh,
not me, it's
wow.
you. So it's kind of like this loop that she's been wanting to close maybe for the past 16 years.
Mhm.
So I thought that was really interesting that she would do that.
Mhm. Oh, yay.
So
Healing,
yeah,
healing.
if y'all haven't given it a listen, I don't it's not gonna be like album of the year or it wasn't at the Grammys. But I don't think it's the best album I've ever heard, but
Uh-huh.
I just really got into it with the storytelling of it all. And the
Uh-huh.
more I just kind of wanted to bring it up because it kind of is the ultimate petty to make an album about like
To
everything and
air all of
basically
this stuff, yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And it just had to be done in two pieces.
Mhm. No, fair.
So,
We needed the backstory, and then we needed the album story. No, I love it. Well done.
oh, well, thank you. I tried.
Mhm.
Thanks for bearing with me through all that. um, but yeah, I feel like we're short on time. I don't know if we have time for a petty battle. Maybe not.
Well, we're gonna do it anyways. Um, we'll
We
just cut the last part of mine, and this part, we're gonna put them together, and it'll be a separate episode.
okay, or you can cut my whole episode.
No, never. Okay, let's do it, but is it okay if I potty? I go potty.
Crazy.
Yeah,
This
let's
is like the one of the first days I've had the window open. It's like 50 out, but it's just nice to have a breeze.
yeah. Where's my petty battle? Do, 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 do. There it is. Okay. All right. Who's going first?
Hooray!
Petty battle!
Petty battle! Brr, brr, brr.
Okay. Do you want me to go first since, you just did all that talking? You want to take a break?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, awesome.
I can't wait.
So this, I called it Dumas because that's she names the other person in this story Dumas. At least that's how I'm saying it. So it's from r/revenge and it's by a deleted account. Um, actually, I don't know if it's a he or a she, so whatever. Okay. So, like all of us, I married young and my wife and I lacked the skills to navigate raising children and maintaining a healthy relationship. So I guess it's a he. My bad.
Okay.
Around the 15-year mark, we were both feeling unappreciated and unfulfilled, and she gained the attention of a man we'll call Dumas. While I was fighting, too little too late to save our marriage, Dumas was texting her at all times of the day and night, filling her head with the things a woman who's unhappy in her marriage loves to hear, shooting fish in a barrel, and just couldn't compete. And I just couldn't compete. It was what she wanted. The compliments, the attention, she ate it up.
That sounds so funny. I'm sorry. Already. Just lapped it up with a spoon.
Exactly. I mean, they're telling the story really well.
Yeah.
I could hear I could hear myself saying this or like one of my friends saying these things.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
Yeah. And I picked it because it's a cheating story.
Oh, perfect with yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I did it in themed with what you were doing. Okay. So bad turned to worse and she left me for him, got engaged, pregnant, and had his baby. I tried not to care or ask a lot of questions of our kids, but it became apparent that things weren't going so well. They never married. After the baby was born, our kids told me they weren't sleeping in the same room anymore. Eventually, I learned that they weren't together, but were sharing parenting duties for the sake of their child. For context, this asshat was a boss babe, constantly falling for every pyramid scheme out there, from fruit juice at cocaine prices. What? I'm sorry. Hold on. I'll get it together.
Clearly, he doesn't live in like a major city or something. I mean, oh man. Okay.
Okay. Fruit juices at cocaine prices, knives to essential oils. You get the picture. He would refuse to buy my kids lunch or pay for anything while living rent-free in the house that I paid for. He even went so far as to buy his own refrigerator and padlock it so my kids wouldn't eat his food. Wow.
What?
That's insane. Time went by and I let go of my anger as it wasn't helping, and my relationship with my ex improved to the point where we would have dinner with the kids together and communicate via text or email without the vitriol of the preceding 4 years or so. One day, she confided in me that she was sure he was reading our texts and emails. I told her she should get a new phone and change her passwords, and she said, I don't care. He can read whatever he wants. This is where the story gets good. Remember how he liked to text my wife and try to break my kids home? Every time from that moment forward, each time we interacted, I'd send my ex a text saying, had a great time. We should do that again soon.
Oh.
Or some variation of that with an emoji of some sort. For 5 years, I kept that up, not knowing if my shots were hitting the target. Eventually, his behavior got so bad, she threw him out and the custody battle began. Dumas showed up in court with 2,000 pages of my text and emails trying to prove that she was cheating on him. In a no-fault state where they never married, The realization that my long game paid off, that I had lived in his brainless head for 5 years rent-free, was one of the best days of my life. Fuck you, Dumas. You got everything you deserved.
Oh man. I just can't believe 5 years of that though.
Oh my god, yeah, that is some long game. Like,
Mhm.
what is the purpose of that? But also, wow.
Yeah, for reals.
Good on you. Consistency is key.
Yeah. And it's also funny how the kids were kind of like acting as like almost little spies,
Mhm.
saying
Yeah,
like,
and he wasn't really asking, which is great. Good for him because you don't wanna put your kids between all of that.
"Oh, yeah, definitely no.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to rate it now or rate it all later like we usually do?
Let's rate it all later."
Okay. I'm gonna
Is that
bring
cool?
it. Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm just gonna
Okay.
bring up, um, the other file while you get your story ready.
Okay. I'm ready when
Alright,
you
let's
are.
go. I'm ready.
Okay. So this one came up on Instagram for me.
Uh-huh.
It's a comedian, Krista Mariani, talking on the Whiskey Ginger podcast.
Ooh.
Um, so she says, I'm just gonna read what she actually
Mhm.
said. One time, this guy he asked if I wanted to go see Adam Sandler live, my favorite comedian, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go with you. And he did something, and I didn't want to hang out with him more than just going to see that.
I get it. That's real. I've
uh,
been there.
um, and then he dangled in my face like a carrot, saying, "Oh, okay, we won't go to the show."
Mm, manipulation, okay.
And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." But he like really rubbed it in my face. So I bought Adam Sandler tickets right in the front row. They were like a grand, so expensive.
Yeah.
I did not have that kind of money and I drove 3 hours. And then he sent me a picture of where he was and said, "Look at these seats I have." Then I sent him a picture back because my seats were way better than what he had. And then I sent the Adam Sandler meme because I'm not showing it. I know
Mhm.
it's from Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Adam Sandler meme where he says, "Somebody's closer." I like that movie. Um, and it was so worth it, and I felt so good, and I blocked him. I couldn't make rent that month, but it was like, I got that guy. I fucking got him. The end.
Oh, man, that's funny.
I just thought that was a really good petty one where she did sure got him. I'm sure he didn't like
Yeah,
that.
she did. Yeah, he was probably like, "What? You're here?
Yeah. After
How are you
all
so
that.
close?" I know, yeah. And also, like, the manipulation of it all is crazy, which gave me, like, flashback memory to something. Um, so, like, I was living at this apartment with my friend, like, one of my other best friends, and uh like I had met this person just in passing and we started talking and flirting and like kind of seeing each other. And I had mentioned that I wanted to, like, for New Year's Eve, I was going to take myself to um Oregon and Washington,
Hmm,
because there were some hikes that I wanted to do, and there was this event for New Year's Eve that I wanted to go to, and so I bought myself tickets, or I
very
was buying
cool.
myself tickets, and I was gonna do that, and that whole year I was just doing things by myself and really just focusing on me. I had a hard breakup
Hmm.
before that, Um, and it like, just a lot of things happened. It wasn't just a breakup, but, like anyways, so he decided he wanted to come, and I was like, "Cool, solid," and there were things I paid for and things that he paid for, because discounts or whatever that way, and I paid him back in cash, which in hindsight, I never should have done because there's no proof or evidence that I did
Mm,
that, and I guess,
yeah.
like I was like, "Y right? Yeah." So we went, and we're in this completely different state, different city, everything, and I guess I was pissing him off because I was not under the expectation that we were there together. Like we're
Mm,
not in a relationship. We like have seen each other a few times, but we've never had a conversation about anything. Um and like whatever.
yeah.
So he kept treating it like or treating me or expecting me to behave as if like, I don't know, that he was my boyfriend, like giving him girlfriend material, which I don't give
Oh,
girlfriend
no.
material for free, my guy. Like, we're either
Yeah.
in a relationship or we're not. Um, and like it just started to get weird. And on the last day, he like got upset at me about something and basically threatened to leave me stranded, that he was going to cancel my ticket. And I was like, why would you do that? I've already paid you for it. And he's like, well, do you have proof? Where's your evidence? And I was like, "Oh." Already
Wow.
trying to scheme all the ways that I could get back at this person when I got back home. And I was like,
Oh,
you could totally do that. That's fine. You'd be a real asshole if you did, but do what you got to do. Uh,
dang. That is
yeah,
scary too.
right? I
Yeah.
know. I was like, I don't understand. We didn't come here as a couple. We didn't come here for that purpose. I said, this is supposed to be my trip by myself that you're just kind of piggybacking on and
Mhm.
coming with me. And I'm totally fine to do these things with you and alongside you. But the way you're treating me, like, and it was
Mm,
also like lots of red flags to
mm.
for me to be like, "Oh, yeah, I don't actually wanna be in a relationship with you. I'm actually upset that you're here." 'Cause
Mm. Oh, no.
I would have had so much more fun if you weren't here. There's so many
Uh-huh.
things I could have done, and I'm very social. I could have met, not to hook up, but, like, made friends and, like, talked to other people and done a whole bunch of other things if you weren't here with me. Uh, but yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's wild.
I know.
And then it's
People are
like you think you know somebody too. That's so
Yeah,
scary.
I know. He didn't strike me as the kind of person who would do something like that. He's
Like,
like
just turn yeah,
yeah, it just quickly at 180.
escalated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Wow, that's not what I"
Wow.
like, I think he was expecting me to, like, do stuff for and with
Oof.
him, and I was
No.
like, "Why?"
Why? For why? That's funny.
Why would I
Yeah,
want
well,
to
thanks for sharing that. That was like, oof, what a story. I'm sorry your, trip wasn't as great as it probably could have been without that fool.
Seriously. I mean, it's still a fun trip. I made the best out of the trip.
Nice.
I probably still did things by myself too, because it's like,
Yeah.
this is not us being together, but
Cool it, guy.
seriously. But yeah, anyways, like, I guess because I was on Tinder and I had, like, ended up matching somebody while I was there. And so later on, I went back to Seattle to meet with that person and, like, hang out with that person. That guy was actually way cooler.
Nice.
But obviously it didn't work out.
Well, then you wouldn't have
Yes,
your guy
exactly.
now. So
Exactly, yeah. No, and that guy actually and I are still kind of friends, like, every once in a while, we'll, like, chit chat on the socials or whatever, and he's actually super cool with, like, all of the projects and things that he's getting into. Um, so I'm happy for him and wherever his life takes him.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
All right. Let's rate this
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay.
Alright.
So let me cover this because I don't want to see the totals just yet. All right, let's do Dumas first. How
His name just cracks me, for one.
I'm sure it's supposed to be like dumbass, but I love saying Dumas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like Dumas
Okay,
mixed with
so
dumbass.
how trivia. Yes, exactly. Yeah. How trivial are the results?
Um, not very, or well,
Yeah, well, what are we saying the result is? The result is that like
because like, yeah, because he,
so this guy's like trying to prove that his ex cheated on him, even though they never got married. So the result is just that like it he kept getting his feelings hurt because he thought right, he
that
got
they
his
were,
comeuppance, yeah. Whatever was done to the original poster, um, got done to him in return,
yeah,
except that like no one actually cheated.
that's true. I didn't even think about it that way, but it is. Like,
Yeah.
he already did that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So
Let's see. How
I don't think
trivial.
it's very trivial then because it was like pretty
Yeah, it was probably
big.
messing with him for a
I just can't.
while. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm mad at the wife for letting him look at her text messages. I think that's insane.
Well, also, like, if you're
Like,
looking
why
for
is she
trouble, you're
just
gonna
like,
find it.
oh god. Anyway, I hope it taught him a lesson about peeping text messages, but it probably didn't because he sounds like a dumbass. So
Yeah, or he's probably like, "Oh, I'm so glad that I did because now I found out that you were cheating on me
yeah,
when she
that's true.
wasn't."
Hard eye roll.
I know,
Yeah.
seriously.
So
Petty side eye.
yeah.
Um,
Gosh, I mm,
yeah, I put it in the higher bracket, I think, of like,
like, what do you like? Hmm.
I'm seeing it's like 7. I don't know, it makes me really happy. Just like
Um.
small little comments here and there. He was constant, consistent. He's
Yeah, no,
committed.
totally. Yeah, all right, let's go 7 then. In that case, you sold
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Okay, how spiteful. That's pretty
Oh, that was
spiteful.
pretty spiteful. I mean, it's one of the most spitefuls we've had, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Where's your head at in this one?
Um, yeah, I would wanna give it a pretty big rating too.
Okay. Are we thinking 10? Is it that spiteful? Or are we thinking like
Oof.
8 or 9?
I'm gonna go 8. I need
Okay.
to be a little conservative on this.
Yeah, me too. Okay, how much of
Okay.
an overreaction? Um,
For the mm,
how much is he overreacting? I don't think he's overreacting that much because he's just kind of jabbing. He's just kind of saying stuff. It's not real life.
yeah, no, that's totally true.
uh, he definitely didn't have to do it though. He could have just let things lie
No,
where they are. Is this something he would do if that other person wasn't in the picture? I don't think so. He was like
mhm,
getting along better with her. So he didn't have to say those things. He was putting effort into it. So it's
right.
definitely an overreaction, but how big of an
Yeah,
overreaction?
I think, like, it's pretty mild, maybe, like, 3.5, 4?
Okay, yeah. I was thinking like in the middle of like a 5, but let's go 4.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now the Adam Sandler tickets.
Oh, yeah. Adam Sandler tickets.
Okay, so how trivial? Um,
Um, I don't think it's that trivial. It's
I
just
don't
kind
think
of,
so
like,
either.
blah.
Yeah, I don't think it's true. She could not afford rent.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty nuts. I mean, at
Uh-huh,
least she was happy about it, but still.
exactly. So I would also put this pretty high as well. Like if you're putting yourself in debt to for the results that you want.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
true.
mhm. Yeah, so
Mm,
it's not a the result is that, like, she was happy about it, but also she couldn't afford her rent the next month.
right. Maybe like
So,
6.5?
okay,
6?
I'll go with that. Sure.
Okay.
How spiteful. I think it's pretty spiteful.
I mean, that's another, like, Spidey one, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I
like, "Oh,
mean
you think you're better than me? You think you can dangle this in front of me? Well, check me out."
I'm gonna put myself in debt
Yeah.
and drive 3 hours.
Do all of these
Uh,
things that are kind of an inconvenience to me just to make you feel bad about yourself.
right. I mean, granted, it was apparently your favorite comedian, but still,
Yeah, yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah.
I think it was like 7?
7?
7
Okay. I
7.5, maybe? What do you
ch
think?
mm. I'm trying to decide if it's more or less spiteful than sending text messages. I feel like it's
That's
more.
mm,
I don't know, what do you think?
I'm gonna go samesies on that one.
Okay.
So an 8,
Yeah, an
right?
8? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, how much of an overreaction? Mm,
Mm, I don't think it's like an overreaction per se.
yeah,
It's
I don't
just
think so either. It's above and beyond,
uh,
but I
yeah.
but I don't think it's an overreaction because she wanted to see this person. She
Yeah.
could have bought cheaper tickets for sure.
Yeah.
She probably still would have had to drive 3 hours away if she wanted to go see him.
Mhm.
So, it's definitely a reaction. I don't know about an overreaction. So I think maybe a little bit less than the previous one.
Yeah. So, like, were we thinking 3.5?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. I'm almost thinking of, like, putting the other one higher. Like like making
Well,
Dumas a 5 and then making this
okay.
one like a 4 or a 3.5.
Okay, let's do 4 and 5 then.
Okay, 4 and 5. Okay, are
This is
you
so
ready for
fun.
it?
I can't wait.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's go Dumas first
Okay.
for or which one do you think won?
Oh,
It's hard to tell. I
I
feel like
don't
they're
know. I'm
very
gonna
neck and
say
neck.
neck and neck, but maybe the Adam Sandler one. I don't know.
Okay. I feel like they're pretty neck and neck. I think it's gonna be super, super close.
This is a close one.
Yeah. All right. So Dumas was a 20, like a flat 20.
Amazing.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right. And then Adam Sandler tickets was 18.5.
Oh!
So close.
So it has
Oh.
been done.
Mhm. Oh man. Actually, I thought this was going to be the highest score.
Mhm.
But still, unpaid child support is no, wait, not unpaid child support. The real name
Real
one,
real name, yeah.
yeah, is still
Wow.
beating it. Yeah, I'm shocked actually
Huh.
by like point 0.5.
Oh, very, very, very close.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Really
uh,
close. We might
that's
have to
crazy.
like yeah,
I mean,
that's
folks, we're still figuring this out, and points are
exactly.
pretty relative, so
Yeah, and I hide I
it's just for
hide the
fun.
points, so I'm not trying to like skew the results anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't see them until the very end, so that's actually super shocking. Uh, yeah. Anyways, this was fun.
Oh, absolutely. No, I had a blast.
Okay. Will you close this out?
All right. So, if you, dear listener, have a petty story for us, or if you just want to connect,
Mhm.
hit us up on the T line, or you can email us or DM us on the IG.
Mhm.
And please listen, rate, and subscribe. 2 thumbs up
Yeah.
to the pod. So
Yay.
thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, fuck it.
So
Oh, my
stay
bad.
petty.
Let's try and do it again.
No, I didn't really. I didn't give you a good enough cue.
I
So, as we like to say,
know. Fuck it.
stay petty. Bye.
Bye. Okay, let's. Bye bye.